Now, without getting too technical, you will want to consider resolution and frame rates that you want to film at. Now, when you look at your camera settings, you'll notice you'll probably have choices of different resolutions and FPS, or frames per second. Now, while video looks like a moving image, it's actually a series of still images combined to give the effect of movement. So for example, if I record in 24 FPS, then we're basically looking at 24 still images or frames in a second. So 24 frames per second will give you the typical film look, which is a really nice quality that many people enjoy and would be my recommendation if you have this option. 30 frames per second will give you a more video look. It's a little bit more realistic without as much motion blur, and if you're using a camera phone, then this may be your best option. 60 frames per second is great for capturing high motion action, or if you want to do slow motion, as it looks much better to have more frames if you're planning to slow it down in post-production. Now, it's important to think about this in advance of recording, because if you want to have part of your demonstration in slow motion so as to highlight how you're doing something, then you will want to use 60 frames per second when you record in order to give a smoother appearance to your recording. However, unless you have a high motion subject or you're wanting to slow it down in editing, you probably don't want to record everything at 60 frames per second, because that will increase your file size. For instance, you'll have 60 images or frames instead of 24 or 30 per second. And it'll also increase your editing time and create a hyper-realistic look that's really not necessary for most videos. Now, as for resolutions, I would recommend shooting in HD and choose 1080p. This gives you a high-quality HD video that can be compressed to a decent file size for uploading to your host platform. Now, please leave a comment below if you have any other suggestions when it comes to frame rates and resolutions, or if you have any questions, I will do my best to respond. Now, also, if you liked this video and found it helpful, then please hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and I look forward to catching up with you next time.